Okay, so yet again, I just want to thank you for joining us in our effort to give back to the Wounded Warrior Project. It's obviously a great cause, and I really want to thank our speakers for giving their time and support as well. Without them, we couldn't have brought the trading community together to give back to this cause. So, I hope that you all can see the value in this program, and we thank you very much for your donations and hope that you're enjoying our program today. We're about to get our next speaker, Erich, teed up to go, and hopefully he'll have some great things to teach you as well, so you can keep adding to what you've gained from today's program. All right, now we have Erich ready to enhance your trading perspective. So Erich, do we have you there?
Okay, good morning, everyone. Well, I have to concur with Don and everybody here. What a worthwhile project. What a great idea you guys had. My name is Erich Senft, and I'm from indicatorwarehouse.com and supportandresistance.com. I'm actually been in this trading game for over 17 years now. I started in 1995, and I'm a registered CTA. My method of trading is support and resistance. So in my little segment here, I'm going to show you the basics of support and resistance trading. And I'm going to show you a nifty little setup that has the potential to make you a whole lot of money. All right, let me get my screen sharing going here because I'm actually going to show you my desktop. You should be able to see my E-mini S&P chart. This is the 5-minute E-mini S&P. And this is actually just from the other day. When I do these presentations, I like to use current data. I don't like to go through and cherry pick charts. I don't think that's fair. I know sometimes you need to do it to illustrate a point, but let's just take a look at what happened the last couple. Now, most people, when they're talking about support and resistance trading, they think of pivot points. So let's throw some pivot points on here. So they'll look at market swings. They'll say, okay, well, the market had a swing here. It had a swing here. Had a swing down here. Had a swing over here. Another one over here. Another one here. Another one here. And we had one down here, one back here, and one over here. Oh, and we probably had one in here. Oh, maybe one in here too. So this is what a lot of people's charts start to look like. And then some people start focusing on common numbers and whole numbers. Common numbers being a price level that is hit quite a few times. And there's some value to that. I have to say I look at it as well. And then they start looking at round numbers. So they'll take all the whole numbers and they'll throw support and resistance lines on here. And they'll do this kind of thing. And then before too long, you have a chart that is pretty close to useless. Because how are you going to trade a chart that looks like that? Well, I'm going to show you a better way. I am going to show you an easy way to identify support and resistance areas. What is the basic behind support and resistance? Well, support and resistance shows you graphically supply and demand in the marketplace. So how is supply and demand represented on a chart? Well, the simplest definition of support and resistance is that support occurs when the buyers overwhelm when the sellers overwhelm the buyers. That's your simplest definition. There's actually a variation of it where support occurs when selling stops, or resistance occurs when buying stops. Regardless of the underlying cause, and both will cause support or resistance to occur, they both look the same on your chart. So what does support and resistance look like? Well, you will be happy to know that you can actually identify support and resistance in a very simple two-bar combination. Namely, Support occurs whenever you have a red-green bar combination. That is support. Resistance occurs whenever you have, got to get this next one, whenever you have a green. Intuitively, this should make sense because on this bar here, we have the market going lower. The next bar, we have the market going higher. That is support. The first bar, we have the market going higher. The next bar, we have the market going lower. That is resistance. Now, when you take a look at support and resistance that way, you can see that it's going to become a lot more useful to you. I'll show you very simply the way I do it is I just throw a simple moving average on my chart to give me a directional bias, and it really doesn't matter the number. Honestly, I get people fretting all the time over, oh, should I use a 20 moving average or should I use a 50 exponential moving average, or what should I use? Please tell me, what should I use? What's the magic number? Well, there's no magic number. You just need something. You can use trend lines, you can use a simple moving average line, you can use an exponential. It really doesn't matter. Just use something that's going to be a dividing line for you. And when you have this dividing line, the way I do it, and quite honestly, this is how I do it, if it is above the line, I only look to buy. If it is below the line, I only look to sell. Pretty simple, right? If it is above the line, I am only looking to buy support. If it is below the line, I am only looking to sell resistance. So let's take a look here. How did this work out? Well, this was on the 11th, or sorry, the 11th, the 1st of November. Just out of the open, we get, hey, wait a minute, we get support. We have a red-green bar combination. So that is a signal to buy. So I would look at buying above the support. Well, let's change that color so we can see it a little better. So I don't usually go in on limit orders. I don't usually go in on market orders. I will usually set a stop limit, or pardon me, a stop market or perhaps a stop market limit, and make the market prove me right. So in this case, you can see that worked out to be a very nice little trade. All right, where's the next example? Oh, look at this. About a half an hour later or an hour into the session, we get support. Here is another red-green bar combination. So that offers us another buying opportunity. And again, that one worked out pretty well for us. A little while later, about another half an hour or so, we get another red-green bar combination. Now I will let you in on a little bit of a tip. An easy way to gauge how much strength the market has left is to watch the market legs. So here's the first leg, here's the second leg, here's the third leg. You can see the market's starting to get a little bit weaker. So as these rallies begin to decrease, I start to get a little bit more suspicious. I wait for a little bit of a consolidation period, perhaps a little bit of a pullback, which we got right here. Oh, and what's at the end of that pullback, you say? Look at that, another red-green bar combination. So let me get some of these things out of the way. And you can see that we again had a nice little rally. A little while later, we get some doji bars. They don't count. Here's another red-green bar combination, but this one did not rally, which is why I like to say I like to enter when the market actually proves me right. So I would have had a buy order here, but you can see I never got filled. A little while later, another red-green bar combination, but I didn't get filled. I want to see momentum, so this next bar being a doji, forget it. This is over the lunch hour anyway, so it's not a good idea to trade over the lunch hour. When the session gets back, oh, look at this. As soon as they're ready to go, we have a red-green bar combination. That one does bring us in. It's a doji bar. I wouldn't have been too happy to see it, but nonetheless, the next few minutes, the market starts to rally, and away we go right into the close with another signal of support. So if you're trading the overnight or the after hours or the Asian session, you would have had a nice little buy signal here at the end of the day, and you can see that that one too worked out pretty well. The next day, here's the second. All right, so we start the day with our red-green bar combination, but it did not go anywhere. Here's another red-green bar combination. Now this one, it could have been a stinker because depending where your entry was, it probably brought you in and reversed on you. That's a slightly different variation, which we don't have time for today. Let's quickly move here to the sell signal. Well, the sell signal is just the opposite, isn't it? Once we're below our moving average line, I start to look for green-red bar combinations. So here's a green-red bar combo. There's a sell signal. Look at that. What nice follow-through. Green-red bar combo, sell it here. Yeah, we took a little bit of heat, but probably not enough to stop you out. If it did, here's another one right here. Look at that. Green-red bar combination, no follow-through. Green-red bar combo, we get some follow-through. Another green-red bar combo, more follow-through, and so on. So you can see another green-red one right here, and again, some more follow-through. So that is support and resistance in its simplest form. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you, Gracie, and everyone at DTI for putting this on. This is a really fantastic event, and I'm so happy to be able to participate in it.
Hi, this is Gracie again with DTI. I just wanted to check in and tell you all thank you for being here again. That does conclude our event today. And, you know, we just want to thank you for joining us in our efforts to raise awareness and money for this great cause. We did break $2,000 today, and I cannot tell you how excited and impressed that I am with you all and your generosity for this great cause. We have decided, after seeing the trading community come together for this, you know, we did think it was a great idea, and after seeing how it's gone, we hope that you all have gotten a lot out of it. We have decided to do another charity event December 8th for our wounded warriors and disabled veterans. So, you know, we hope to bring in some of these same speakers with new lessons and also add some new speakers and lessons to that as well. I loved something that Morgan said. He said at Trading Pub they like to trade well and do good, and I'm so glad to see all of you here doing that today. So I'm going to leave you on that note. Thank you so much. If you have any questions about anything, please just give us a call or give us an email. You can post any questions you have in the chat as well. We're here for you if you had any issues with the link. If you did donate, we do have a list generated by Wounded Warrior, but also just shoot us an email and let us know that you want to make sure and get your recording of today's event. You can send that to jdarrow@dtitrader.com, and we'll post that in the chat too.